Hi, my name is Pre-Med Doctor and welcome back to another lesson. Today I'll be talking about potentially the most controversial ABS section, research. The common question I'm asked is whether or not you need research to get into medical school. The truth of the matter is, I've known some students who have gotten in without research. However, the vast majority of applicants have done some sort of research. Furthermore, it's an entire section on the ABS, which should not be left blank. So in short, if you want to increase your chances of getting in, do research. The advice I'm giving is geared toward first years, but even if you're late into the game, applying this coming summer and getting some research experience through this lesson will still increase your chances of getting into medical school. Here are my tips. 1. Plan to do research starting the summer after first year. The reason I suggest starting early is because your first year summer is probably your most relaxed summer. Additionally, by starting early on in undergrad, this will increase your chances of landing a publication or at least a presentation. In order to do this, here are a few steps you can take. If you have a professor you'd like to work with, contact them as soon as possible. Start by taking a detailed look into their work so that you understand their projects. This is important because they need to know if you're interested in their research. Do not submit a generic email, as these will not land you any research position. You can often get a good idea by taking a look at their publications, as well as their website if they have one. The goal is to try contacting them by the end of December with a cover letter and CV. The reason you want to ask so early on is because finding a research position can be very competitive. You should expect rejections if you're going about finding research in this way, so you may want to apply to multiple professors. Another method is via your university courses. For instance, some universities offer research courses that begin summer of first year, while other universities offer summer co-op opportunities, often for upper years. These make it easier to secure a research position. If all else fails, see if you can start off by volunteering at labs that are looking for undergraduate students. Although you may not be directly working on a project, this will give you a chance to learn new skills to boost your resume for next time, or even give you an opportunity to form important relationships that can land you a position if you work hard. For those of you in later years, some universities offer thesis or research courses in the 3rd and 4th years, which could also give you the needed research experience. Take a look into that. 2. Apply to summer studentships. Once accepted to a research position, the professor will usually link you to summer studentships or funding you can apply to. However, in case they do not, this is a question you should definitely follow up with. The reason is because summer studentships and funding provide you with income, and who doesn't want to get paid? More importantly, these opportunities count as awards that you can include in your ABS. Summer studentships also generally have an embedded poster or oral presentation day, which allows you to present your work. This offers yet another thing you can add to the ABS. And if you end up winning the poster or oral presentation competition, that is yet again one more award you can add. Although doing research is impressive, having a summer studentship is evidence that you have engaged in research as a scholar, communicator, and a collaborator, 3 very important CanMeds roles that research provides. Some summer studentships to look into include NSERC and IMS Summer Undergraduate Research Program if you're in the Toronto area. Your school may also provide various funding opportunities, so be on the lookout. 3. Commit to one lab. I've heard some people say to go to many labs in order to increase your skill set. Although that makes sense if you're applying to your research graduate program, that does not make sense if your goal is medical school. Committing to one lab, especially if you have a good chance of publishing if you continue working there, will greatly strengthen the research portion of your application. Quick detour. Publishing is not a prerequisite to medical school, but it definitely benefits your application. How it impacts your application depends on each school, but overall, having a publication is a plus. In addition to potentially publishing, committing yourself to the same project will undoubtedly give you opportunities to present your work or attend conferences, both of which can be added to your ABS as separate things. Imagine getting a publication, oral presentation with your summer studentship, and a poster presentation at a conference. Those would be sufficient for your top 3 in your research section of the ABS. Working at the same lab also makes it easier when you have to balance research and MCAT studying in your second year, because you've already familiarized yourself with the lab environment. Imagine having to learn everything from scratch while you study for one of the hardest exams of your life. And finally, being familiar with the professor or researcher you work closely with will make for a very strong reference letter, something that you may not have if you switch to a different lab. So in summary, research is definitely an ABS section that should not be neglected. Try your best to start doing research early, ideally in the summer after your first year. Apply for summer studentships or funding to enhance your research experience. And finally, commit to one lab to increase your chances of getting presentations, conference opportunities, and publications. In the next lesson, I'll be talking about the awards section in the ABS. Although I touched on it a bit here, I'll go into detail about how to get awards and what awards medical schools are looking for. If you like what you're seeing, please send this course to your friends. See you in our next lesson.